Welcome to the Curriculum Renewal Terminology Guide video. In the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a goal is defined as the end toward which effort is directed. In curriculum, goals are visions of a program of study. In curriculum development and renewal, there are other key terms which are essentially synonyms for goal. Let's look more closely at these terms and how they are used. The terms we differentiate are expectations, objectives, and outcomes. One of the key differences is the level of specificity. Expectations, in the context of curriculum, are the benchmark for all degrees in Ontario, which have 6 broad domains. You may know them as OODLs for undergraduate degrees and GOODLs for graduate degrees. Objectives become more specific as the teaching team identifies their intentions for student learning, which in turn helps to determine how these objectives translate into outcomes for their students. Outcomes are the most specific as they indicate how students will demonstrate their learning, at what level expected by the teaching team, and under what criteria and conditions. Learning objectives may outline the material the instructor intends to cover or the skills planned for students to develop. Outcomes inform students of the conditions and goals of their assessments and allow instructors to set the standards by which success will be evaluated in an assessment. Outcomes are demonstrated by the students during and at the end of learning processes. So outcomes are written with the end in mind. Let's look at a few examples together. One objective could be that the course exposes students to the various methods used for investigating the structure and function of the human brain. This could translate to the following measurable outcomes. By the end of this course, students will be able to, first, analyze an academic article for various methods to investigate the human brain, and second, to construct the brain's major components and gross functional areas. Now let's look at this from the perspective of the program. So remember, degree-level expectations are academic standards for Ontario university degrees. The disciplinary-specific knowledge and skills acquired throughout the program are described by the program and course outcomes, and these outcomes are what differentiate one program from another. Unlike the degree-level expectations that are broad, program learning outcomes are specific, but are aligned to these expectations. Now you might be wondering, what is the difference between program learning outcomes and course learning outcomes? Well, course learning outcomes are the ingredients of program learning outcomes. They consist of the knowledge, skills, and habits of mind that are developed and achieved in your courses. Course learning outcomes are developed throughout the program. They are aligned to program learning outcomes, but they have a narrower focus concentrated at the course level. On the other hand, program learning outcomes are the dish that the individual ingredients, the course learning outcomes, make up when prepared and integrated. With program learning outcomes, you want to capture cumulative knowledge, skills, and habits of mind that students achieve across courses at the end of your program. Therefore, program learning outcomes are typically high level, while course learning outcomes can vary. We hope you enjoyed this video.